Fresh and Fit Moneyclips. Join the conversation with Myron Fresh and special guest TK Kirkland as they dive into his fascinating life in the entertainment business. Subscribe now and catch the YouTube short pod for quick insights. Brought to you by Moneyclips. For the full-length discussion, head over to Rumble and YouTube. Don't miss out on this exclusive episode of the Fresh and Fit podcast. Subscribe and stay tuned for more.
Okay, we know who you are, but the audience might not. Can you introduce yourself real quick to the people?
Yes, my name is TK Kirkland, better known as T to the motherfucking K. You know, started out with one of the most legendary stand-up groups in the world. It was the late Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, and Ice Cube. Eazy-E saw me perform. Then the rest is history, and from that moment on, it's been such a roller coaster ride. It's really been amazing. From NWA, I met with Jay-Z and then from Jay-Z to Cash Money Millionaires, and from the Cash Money Millionaires did Timbaland's first album. From Timbaland's first album, I did a guy named Lloyd Player Diaries album.
Lloyd from Murder Inc.
Right.
That's
then
dope.
I went on tour with Ludacris for a while. Yeah, that's my man. Did a lot of things with my man Luke down here in Miami.
Okay.
Uncle
You
Luke.
know, yeah, if you look at his one of his albums, I wrote a skit for him, and it was called Pussyologist, 2 levels higher than the gynecologist. So he still talks to me about that to this day. So, you know, I did my thing in the music industry and also did my thing in stand-up comedy, and it's like I'm being reborn in a sense, because you, Vlad, and all you young kids who have started the podcast game.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've been around a long time. So all we had was David Letterman,
Yeah.
Arsenio Hall,
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Jay Leno.
And you had to have an agent or knew somebody that knew those people. But I was always independent. So I didn't have those connections. I had the connections to the streets.
Yeah.
So anything that was street oriented, I was able to get connect. Tour with Teddy Riley and Guy, and then from touring with the Rough Riders and meeting my man as a manager of Eve, I was able to meet Gwen Stefani.
Oh, shit.
So if you ever watch Blow Your Mind,
Yes,
the video,
that music video.
look
Yes.
at it again, right?
You're in there?
I'm playing the piano with a tux on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm playing the piano.
Okay.
And then, you know, I do the stuff with 50 Cent. You ever see Window Shopper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the guy with the red hat pushing the little car. And Window Shopper over in Monaco, Spain.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did
Details, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I did all that. Then I wound up doing the movie Baller Blocking with the Cash Money Minister when Lil Wayne was a baby. You know, he's like 16 years old.
Yeah.
Juvenile, tour with them. And matter of fact, shout out to Baby and my man C. We working on something real big.
Okay.
You know, real big.
Music
And matter of
wise
fact,
or comedy wise? Because you're in all realms of entertainment. So.
It's going to be music. It's going to be comedy, but we've been working on it now for a few months. Matter of fact, I talked to Baby and his crew right before we came.
Oh, wow.
He didn't even know I was in Miami. They're in California. And shout out to Baby. When we drop this, it changes
Game
the
changer.
world. Yeah, it's a game changer.
Out of everyone you've met, let's give 2 examples here. One in the music industry, one in the comedy industry. Who was most impactful to your career, you would say?
I think everybody. You know, that's why I started this thing called Who Raised You, right? A couple years ago. Who Raised You was really because the women I was dating, I felt like they were unprepared to be in the world, right?
That's a nice way of putting it. That's the nicest
so
way.
nice, bro.
That's the nicest way I've ever heard a guy putting it together. That this girl's a fucking whore.
This is
sorry,
wisdom.
Yeah,
Wisdom.
Yeah, it's like who sent you? Who raised you? Because a man. This is my definition. Your children should not be sent into the world unless they were prepared to
Handle.
take care of their life and
course.
move like women and move like men. So I actually said to the young lady, I'm like, who raised you? Because I need to meet your mother and father because she was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I hate to see that we have so many beautiful women on this planet that are not properly prepared for life.
Number one, rumble.com/FreshFit, guys. We are on Rumble. I know you guys are probably like, yo, what, Myron Fresh, why are y'all on Rumble? Well, content like this is not safe for YouTube a lot of the time. So, you know, you got to be able to, you know, say and do what you want to do over there on Rumble on the other side of the internet.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right. You've been in the game for 40 years. But prior to that, where'd you grow up? Tell us like your origin story.
Yeah, I grew up in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Yeah.
You know, I was a track star. So I ran track. Track led me to see a lot of great people. I
In
met
high
Bill,
school or college?
In high school.
Okay.
And college as well. I met Bill Cosby because I won the Melrose Games in it's in Madison Square Garden in 1979. It's a big event in track and field. If you get a chance, Google the Melrose Games. I won that. Met Bill Cosby. Then when I got to college, I met another.
You graduated
athlete.
in 79?
Graduated in 79
in high school? Okay.
And when I came up in high school, at that time, my state was the hottest track circuit in the world. We had this kid named Ronaldo Skeets Nehemiah. We had another young man named Carl Lewis. All of us ran track every week, every Saturday together. So people from all over the world would fly to come see us run. And I mean, we were some bad boys.
I got a question. What was it like living in the 70s? I do a lot of
That's funny.
true crime, right? And there's a reason why I'm going, like, so I do a lot of, I have another YouTube channel called FedRx where I do criminal cases and everything. And we're going to talk about Diddy. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get into that. I know y'all are wondering. But the more and more I look at it, the mafia, all the top serial killers, whether it's Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, the Golden State Killer, like all these guys were running rampant in the 70s.
Absolutely, so
and
true.
Inflation was high. So like, what was it like living in the 70s? Was it a dark time? I mean, we had Jimmy Carter in office. I think Nixon was president for a bit as well. Like, what was it like that decade? Obviously, disco music was a thing. Crack is going to make its way into the United States soon. Like, what was it like that decade?
Thank God. I had track and field. My world was unique in a sense.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, because my dad died when I was 14. So it wasn't like I had a father, but I had sports.
Okay.
But I also was trying to dabble in the streets of life, right?
Okay.
You know, you see the hustlers. Back in my day, when you saw young men hanging on the corner, for some reason, people are drawn to negativity. People are drawn to thinking that being street is one of the greatest things to be, but it's really the opposite. The greatest thing is to be the most corniest person on the planet with a lot of money but have a lot of swag. Push a minivan and have a credit card and travel the world and be a good person.
That's me all day, man.
Yeah, and we have to push that more in life because the 70s is about hustling, right? People selling crack cocaine. People was trying to make it because it was really bad for that
decade was crazy for crime, man. In the 70s, when you look back.
It was good. The mafia was big, but you saw the world changing. You saw the DAs and the mayors and coming down on crime.
Okay.
But then as you get older and you get knowledge and you see that it's all BS, right? Because even though they're fighting crime, the government is saying people bringing the drugs in. So they try to confuse you and try to make you think they're doing the right thing, but they're the ones that's bringing the drugs in the game. The thing that people have to understand, I talk about this in my stand-up, is that the government pimps the state pimps the city pimps the people. And who is making decisions to better your life? And they don't know what they're doing. I mean, we live in a world now that in order to make it, if you're homeless, you have to really go out of the country to become a Mexican or a migrant, to come back as a migrant through the border in order to get a decent living, to get a place to live, to get shelter, because they're giving these people so much money.
Because they're giving them free housing. Right. I see what you mean.
So
you're better off being an illegal alien.
You better be an illegal alien to come back than to be here, because we don't take care of our own.
Gotcha.
And that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And even when back in the 70s, they didn't take care of their own.
Okay.
And that's what we have wrong in this country. We have
inflation was crazy too, right?
Inflation was crazy
back then.
But somebody needs to come up with not a hiring freeze, a payment freeze on rent, cars, for people to survive. Do you know? I'm not that old, but I read. So here's a story. In the 50s, you can get a 4-bedroom home, 2-car garage for $4,959.
Where?
Your mortgage was $49 a month.
You're kidding.
Where was this at?
This is the whole country.
This is the whole. Wow. The average home cost that much in the 1950s.
The houses wasn't $300,000, $400,000. This happens after the 70s, and prices of homes start going up. What's happening right now is so insane that who the hell's gonna be able to survive? Your kids, our kids.
Let me ask you
It's
this.
going to be hard for them to survive in 20, 30 years.
Inflation was crazy back in the 70s. Did people have a better cost of living and standard of life back then than they do now?
We understood morals, we understood how to work, but we still was making like, maybe $2, $3 an hour. I was around when gas was 95 cents.
So even though inflation was worse back then, they were able to still afford shit versus now people can't afford anything.
It still was bad because
Okay,
even
so bad.
though wages was low, things still was growing, still was getting, it was
Is it better
getting
than
high.
today? Back, would you say that decade is better than now, or
I think things are better now. I think things
Okay.
are better now because I'm successful. You know what I'm saying? I'm not struggling, but I had to put a lot of work in. I went through a lot of trials and errors in life, and I work hard every day to become a great man. My whole thing in existence for the rest of my life till the day I die is to be a great man.
How many kids do you have, bro?
I have 7 children.
7 children?
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a father, you would say?
Well, I'm not your traditional dad because 4 of my children was one night stands.
oh shit?
You know, yeah. I don't know if that was luck or bad luck, or the dick game was just that cold.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes your dick go way up there. It's another story. That's another
Pillow
story.
game week.
Yeah. So, when you have one night stands,
Trust me, I can relate.
you just. I tell my kids, listen, me and your mom fucked. I'm not your traditional dad. You ain't gonna see me flipping motherfucking burgers and all that kind of shit. I ain't that type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? But we cool though, you know? And that's all you can be. But my daughters, everybody grew up to be really, really doing well. My oldest daughter's a brain surgeon.
Amicable relationships.
Yeah.
Right?
Brain
surgeon.
All the,
Yeah, my oldest daughter's a brain surgeon out at
Nice.
the University
Wow.
of Houston.
That's dope.
My daughter is graduating.
So you're cool.
from-
All the baby mamas.
all the baby moms.
all 7.
We're respectful.
Is
We
it
don't-
7 moms
Yeah,
or
7 moms.
Oh, different. Oh wow.
Oh, yeah,
All
yeah.
different.
And I believe in that. I don't believe in one woman. I think that's one of the most selfish fucking things in the world.
Yeah,
to
I agree
have
with
one
TK.
baby mama.
One girl. Yeah. That's
You
stupid.
know, like
Agreed.
I mean, it's so many beautiful. Why be that selfish?
I agree with you.
I'm teasing to the people who might be out there tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be Akon, though.
Akon, yeah, Akon.
He got a lot.
Yeah, Akon is my guy. Matter of fact, me and Akon was together not too long ago in Vegas. I was in his room. I was in his room. Not that anything was going on, but we was trying
With
to
the
put
Diddy stuff going on, people might think something crazy.
Yeah, you gotta say it in the room.
Yeah, you gotta
We
clarify.
We had a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do something overseas. So
Gotcha. This is
shout out to Akon. And I have my hand involved with a lot of stuff. I love that.
Yeah.
And to talk about Puff, like when I met Puff years ago, I met him through a young lady named Lenote Blacknor, who introduced us.
You know how I know that you've known him for a long time? You call him Puff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
yeah.
people that like met him in the 90s call him by that.
Yeah,
You know?
and I remember Puff being at the party. This is when Def Jam was doing their thing, and for all the young people to know, tell you, me and he used to sit right next to each other. And Puff said, "T, I want you to host my Bad Boy of Comedy thing that was going to come out on HBO."
Ah.
And yeah,
What year is this?
This is in the 90s.
90s?
Yeah, this is in the 90s. This
Is Biggie still alive at this point?
Biggie's still alive.
Oh, wow.
So it's like 96, 97.
Damn.
And what's crazy about Biggie together during that day. And
So you were at the Tyson fight too?
I was at the Tyson fight. Oh, shit. So there's a mall in Vegas, and I don't know why I took what this thing called fat burners. I wasn't fat, but you think you're doing. So I took these pills. I'm trying to lose weight, always trying to stay in shape, always trying to better my body. We all went to the fight, but I was drinking, and something about the alcohol didn't mix with the fat
burners.
Oh yeah.
So I said I had to go. My body was high.
Most
I
fat
wasn't
burners
feeling
are
good.
they're stimulants. It's
Yeah,
just
I
it's
wasn't-
just caffeine, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't
what it is.
feeling good.
Yeah.
And I went to my hotel room. I'm laying in bed feeling like I'm about to die. I was in there for like 6 days.
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
watching the news, and I saw that Tupac had got shot. And the day I got well, that I could fly, I was on my way to Charlotte to do a show, and that's the day that he died. The thing with Biggie, when we was all in L.A.,
Question: Were you hanging out with him? Like you would have been? Were you just there?
No,
at the
no,
fight
no.
at
We
the same
just
time?
all cool. I don't think I'd have been in the car with them.
You weren't.
No,
Okay.
no, no,
You would have just been at the fight.
I was
said what
well,
up.
I was well respected. Like Suge, the reason why I'm well respected because me and Suge was real tight.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And Suge used to be my bodyguard on tour with NWA, me and the DOC. So I seen Suge grow from a bodyguard to one of the most powerful men in the music industry.
Okay.
And he always, Suge just pick me up. We go ride,
So-
hang out. To this day, Suge's my guy.
So hypothetically, like, let's say you didn't get sick. Do you think you would have been with that entourage that got involved in that fight?
No, I
You think?
made it to the party. The party, because they was on their way. This happened before they got to the party. So I was already there before they got there. And I got sick.
Okay. So you left.
Yeah, so I left.
And just so the audience knows, because some of them might be like, what the fuck you talking about? That night, guys, there was a big Tyson fight in Vegas. And Tupac and a bunch of guys from Death Row beat this Crip up.
Right.
In a
I was
hotel
around
lobby.
there. Anything that people tell you, I'm friends with people,
Yeah.
but because I'm much older than everybody,
Yeah.
I always move my own lane.
You're like the cool uncle that's there
Exactly.
with the people.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah. I don't hang out with you.
I know Pac and them beat up this dude.
Yes,
that
they
dude,
did.
Yeah.
Orlando Anderson.
Yes,
Mhm.
who was a Crip,
Right.
There was some beef. Like his people had stolen a chain from somebody from Death Row. They saw him at the casino and they beat his ass. It's on video. Then when they were getting ready, they went back to the hotel, changed, and they were going to go to a nightclub. Were you already there at that?
Yeah, I was already at the nightclub.
Okay, so they were going there, and you would have seen them if they had pulled up, but
If
they
they'd have pulled
didn't
up, they didn't make it.
because Pac got shot.
Right.
Going to that nightclub because those guys went and got a gun and went looking for them, and they found them at the red light, and that's when they shot.
Right. And the thing that I would love about young men, if I had to look back on Tupac, understanding my life now, Tupac was, let's make sure we could, Tupac wasn't about that thug life. Tupac was one of the nicest kids you could ever imagine because he was, what people, I don't know if they know, he was a background dancer to Digital Underground.
Yes, he was.
Right? He was poetic. He was giving
Went to an
out-
art school.
Right.
He's
was
an artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was trying to give out a positive message.
Yeah.
And this is what happens with some men in their journey. You can meet the wrong people and you get influenced and you go down the wrong path of
Absolutely.
life. And then when Tupac went to jail, he was just looking for an OG to guide him. He was looking for help to guide him to get him on the right track, and that didn't happen. And it led.
Suge bailed him out, right?
Suge
Suge
bailed
was the
him
one
out.
that got
And
him
think
out.
about it. Suge bailed him out, and Tupac wasn't even out of jail a year, and he died.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he died while he was on bond.
Yeah, he was on bond. Yeah, he never even lived the whole year when he got in jail.
Do you think that's why he had such extreme loyalty to Suge and Death Row? Because like Suge got him out of that situation, paid for his lawyers.
See, I'm gonna go deeper
All that?
in life with you guys. See, I'm gonna talk about the universe.
Okay.
See, some people get it. Sometimes the universe will send you to jail to get your life together, and you got to stay there to say, "I'm gonna get my life together."
Like Malcolm X.
Yeah, if you get out, you're going against the pattern of the universe. So it happened to my brother. He wound up dying when he got out because he didn't learn. Happened to Tupac. But in my lifetime, the only person that really got it was my guy out of Atlanta, the rapper that got the beautiful wife and got the baby.
Gucci Man?
Gucci Man.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Gucci Man.
He went in fat as hell,
he went in
drug
fat as
addict,
hell, right.
alcoholic, comes out fit as fuck, and
He's married to Keisha Kior.
Yeah.
Yeah,
from Jamaica.
he
good
got
example.
He got it. Gucci Man got it. He went to prison and became a better man to the point people said Gucci Man was cloned.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he went there and became a better
That's such a good
fucking
point.
man.
Because I remember his tweets used to be fucking crazy, bro. Before he went to jail,
Bro.
yo, he was showing up at restaurants with no shirt on, getting kicked out. He was always on drugs. He was always drunk and high and shit, and he was reckless, bro. Like it was a very
Yes.
dark time. And I think jail saved him. He would have probably got killed if he
It's
never went to prison, bro.
So that's what I'm trying to say. You got to understand the universe, and the universe will do certain things to you, and you really have to take advantage. And I always use these examples. I always talk about Whitney Houston. See, the universe will give you so much talent, and they'll warn you and say, "Hey, we gonna give you another shot." And if you don't understand it, the universe will say, "Listen, I've done what I can with you. It's time to bring you back home, and I could give that talent to somebody else." Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince. These is just my theories, but I get deep with the world because I love life so much, and I'm connected, and I understand quantum physics. I understand the speed of light. I understand the energy of people when you walk in the room. Right? These things truly exist, and I just want to give it to the universe while I'm breathing, and let people know how you really can move a certain way and achieve life.
I have a question for you. Well, more of a statement. Keep it a bean, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do it, or did he not?
So here's the thing, and I've been saying to people already. There's been so many people talking about Puffy touched my ass, Puffy coming to the door naked, but I believe that this shit does not become official until you see my man with the umbrella come forth. The guy who always held the umbrella over
something Bentley, Farnsworth Bentley.
Farnsworth Bentley.
Farnsworth, yeah.
Now, if Farnsworth come out,
he used to be in all the music videos, bro.
I don't care what nobody else says.
Yeah, what the?
If Fonzie come out and he got on the interview with you guys, but he got the umbrella. And he's talking, he's telling you, believe him. Yeah. Because he know everything that went down. But again,
do you believe Cassie?
Cassie, did you read the indictment?
The civil case, I did read it.
Yeah, it was deep. It's you got to believe
too many details.
Too many details.
Okay.
The thing about Puff, and I think Puff was getting ready to understand energy, but it was too late.
Love.
See, because when he was starting to give everybody their publishing, he was trying to do right. Because I know he felt this coming. I knew he knew something was coming. And to you guys, the world, I'm going to tell you this very clearly. When you mess up one time on this planet, you got to do that much more good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to do that much more good to balance the energy on this planet. Because if you keep doing bad, no matter what you do, you can't catch up to all the bad that you've given.
It's coming back full circle.
Yeah, so Puff's situation is when you hear all these people coming out with their information, it's so much, and I'm quite sure we ain't even got to the tip of it, right?
Yeah.
And when I look at him, Russell Simmons, these people who we was growing up, Bill Cosby, Weinstein. See, I came up with hustlers. I came up with men like Eric Von Zip, Frankie B, my nigga. I always talk about Haitian Jack. Like when we went out, we was leaders, not bosses. I always tell people all the time when I hear people say they a boss, that's just a title, right? That means you just a boss. You got to be a leader. Do you lead the people, right? Yeah. So we lead the people. So when we was growing up and having a little bit of money, we took care of women. We made sure we put women on the right projective in life to achieve, because that's what men are for. You're supposed to make a woman better. If you can't make a woman better within 6-7 months to a year, then you gotta let her go and let it pass off to somebody else that can better her life.